What's up, guys? So Konami have released a game feature improvement survey. So today we're going to go through the answers and hopefully start a bit of a discussion. So the link will be in the description, so you can go ahead and answer it yourself as well. So I obviously play eFootball on PlayStation 5, but interestingly, you can't answer multiple. So I do know there are people who play on multiple platforms. A lot of people might stream, so it's a bit interesting that Konami don't account for the fact that people play on multiple platforms, and it's particularly annoying because with cross-platform in that roadmap, that initial one, the idea should have been that you can use your mobile account on console or PC and it's all cross progression, but they don't seem to have that in mind. So what is your occupation? I'm a university student doing my dissertation. It's only be done in a week, by the way. That's why I haven't been streaming as much recently. When and where do you most often play games? In my personal space, yeah. Anything else though? No. Okay, so they have a long list of things that you don't like about user matches. So I've had a quick read, and there's not many in here that I would agree with. So the first few are just kind of have you playing. Opponents are too good, so I lose a lot. Obviously, I'm a high skill player, so I don't lose too often. But I do like playing against high rated players anyway. I prefer that type of matchmaking. My problem is the way the point system works. If you lose against a top 100 player, as a top 100 player, you still lose way too many points. It's as if you lost to a top 10,000 player. It's just not a good system. But the terms of matching me against top 100 players, I'm happy to do that, and I enjoy it because I actually enjoy playing high level games in eFootball. But it says here, opponents aren't any good, so it's too easy to win. But sometimes that's the matchmaking. Sometimes the matchmaking is like that, and sometimes it isn't. At the moment, matchmaking seems to be pretty strict, so I don't know which I'm supposed to answer. Maybe I'll say that. I'll probably put that in. Too much lag. I don't experience lag, so I can't relate to that. I know a lot of people do. Matchmaking doesn't take too long for me. I don't have problems with the team strength. The thing that I don't like here, that's in here, is time wasting tactics. This isn't a major issue though. You can with second man press get the ball back, but it is still a possibility. And then opponents refusing to play during matches is the biggest problem I have, when people just put the controller down and it doesn't kick them out because they put the controller down and put a rubber band on their analog stick, so they're doing an input, so it won't kick them out. So if they can fix that, then I'd be very happy. Okay, what do you think about co-op? I'm interested in co-op, but don't play it often. I used to love co-op back in like PES 21 and stuff, but at the moment, I don't like it at all. So is there anything you don't like about co-op? I think too much lag is an issue. I'm not satisfied with the standard used for play ratings. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like the opponents aren't quite quality? I guess that would be an issue. These are always issues as well. But I would never really queue into a random co-op game. I'd always go in with other people. So the difficulty to play at times with other people, I don't think that's an issue actually. So we'll go for other on the last one. Is there anything you don't like about Dream Team? Online matches with real world teams are more fun. I don't think they're more fun, but I do think they are a different type of fun. So I think that should be included. Tutorials and help guides are difficult to understand. I think that is true, but obviously I've been playing this for years, so that's not an issue to me. There's too much going on. It seems too complicated. No. I don't really know what to do at the start of the game. No. There are no objectives to keep me playing the game. Yes, 100%. They need more content. That's what people are screaming out for. I don't like the player signing cutscenes. No. I get highly skilled players too quickly, so I miss the fun of gradually building my team. I kind of do miss that. Yeah, I definitely miss that building my team. But the thing is, with content like objectives, I think that would kind of remove that feeling I'm missing of progression, because the progression would be in the objectives, not in the build my team. We'll fill it in now though. We might take it off because it says select up to 3. Training players is a hassle. No. I don't have enough GP. No. I don't have enough skill trainers. No. The cost for legacy transfer is too high. I don't think so. This seems to be an old survey because this is GP is needed to reset player progression. That's not an issue. I can't win without spending money. I don't think that's true. I have an RTG. I did pretty well. I got top 50 on that test my limit thing. I can't win without spending a lot of time playing. I think that is true actually. I think because it's a skill-based game, you do need to put a lot of time in. Content is a hassle. Events and campaigns are boring. That is true. There's nothing to do since all the players are on the team and the team is complete. Okay, that is true. So I think honestly, if they added real-world teams, I wouldn't care too much. We'll take that out. If we're gonna have to prioritize our feedback here, I think that's true. That one here is linked to the objectives though. And then I think we can take off I get the highly rated players too quickly, and then events and campaigns are boring, which I think they are boring. Because they should be more like, you know, I know you kind of have to go in with your Premier League team, but it's only 3 matches against really low rated players. You complete it in an hour. It's not interesting. It should be something you can kind of repeatedly play and repeatedly get rewards. How could the commentary and analysis be improved? I don't play with the commentary, so I don't know. Is there anything here about saying I just mute it straight away? I don't care, actually. I don't care about the commentary. I'll always play with it muted. Which of the following applies to the goal play celebrations that you play when you score a goal? I always watch them. I sometimes watch them. I can't say either way. I think I can't say either way. I watch them if I'm trying to take a drink, but I don't particularly watch them unless it's a late goal and it's a good celebration. I'll watch it. Which of the following applies to goal celebrations that play when your opponent scores a goal? I don't have an interest. Actually, I guess I'm slightly interested. I like the idea of scoring a goal and you're able to communicate to your opponent. In this game, you just press 2 buttons and it gives you 2 celebrations. In FIFA, you can choose your celebration. I like that in FIFA. How you can kind of communicate to your opponent something through your celebration. I kind of do like that aspect of FIFA. Okay, please choose one of the 6 level ratings. Select one answer for each question. Player and stadium graphics during matches. I guess 4. I don't care about it though. Actually, no. If I don't care about it, I'll be neutral. Menu and screen design. We'll say I don't really care about that either, to be honest. But we'll go neutral again for that. Depth tutorial and training for getting ahead. I think new players, some people come into my stream and ask me questions that in my head it should be very simple and straightforward, but the game just doesn't communicate this to the player. So I think actually that's satisfied. So it should be somewhat dissatisfied. Ease of learning match controls. I think the controls are pretty easy to learn. Double touch is a bit confusing to explain, but once you do it yourself, you can kind of repeatedly do it quickly. So I guess we'll go somewhat satisfied. Weekly updates of player lists and player conditions. I like that, but it doesn't communicate actually in the game like what players. It should. I think it used to do that back in PES. It used to tell you like all the players that are on form this week. Back in this game, you have to go into your own club and check what players you have, but it used to tell you all the players that are up in form. So I think we'll go with that's dissatisfied in that. Types of offline game modes. I'm neutral to that. I don't care about offline game modes. Types of online game modes. I think I'm dissatisfied. Like I still enjoy the game. I still play it with the lack of online game modes. That's just because of how good the gameplay is. But if the gameplay used to be better. It's a 6 or 7 out of 10 now. It used to be an 8 or 9. If it went down to a 5 or a 6 though, I'd be very dissatisfied with the game modes, because then it's like, why am I even playing this game if the game isn't enjoyable? Accuracy and clarity of text. Why is that even in here? Neutral. Overall impression of in-game music. I mute the music, so I don't know, but I used to not mute it when eFootball first came out, and I liked the music back then actually, so I think we'll go satisfied. And satisfaction with the overall product, I think I'm somewhat dissatisfied. I've talked about that before in a different video, the problem with eFootball. What are some features that you would like to see added? Holding tournaments and other competitions. Okay, that's interesting. Establishing clubs with friends. Not really. Editing teams and strips. Yeah, that's option files. Customizing celebrations. Yeah. Dream team based training modes. Do we not already have that? I think we have that. Menu skins. No, I think actually mobile players can have menu skins. They can put like Champions League background on. That's cool. I don't care about it, but that's cool. Emo feature, I don't really care too much. I know I talked about communicating through celebrations, but I think I don't really care about the emotes. Displaying the stats for each player. Do we already have that? I don't understand what's happening here. Oh, controller compatibility for mobile. If we could use our controller on mobile, I'd start playing mobile. So that's definitely going to be something I'd like to see. And then additional game plan features on mobile. This seems to be an old survey. Yeah, this seems to be an old survey. Additional game plan. You already have edit position and individual instructions. So I think we'll go for select up to 3. So we'll take out customizing celebrations, I guess. Please share any other opinions you may have about the game. Okay, if I had to say something here. Okay, so this is kind of my thoughts. I've got a lot more thoughts on this, so I do have a different video if you want a more in-depth discussion about a variety of topics like match pass, how to make player of the week more valuable. But one thing I want to say here is, because it's very simple to add, in my opinion, there's no external motivation to play eFootball. It's all internal motivation. And what I mean by that is you play because you enjoy the gameplay, or you want to push for a higher rank and kind of outdo your best. So if you finished, Division 3 last phase, you want to say, okay, I'm going to finish Division 2 this phase. So that's all internal motivation. But they need a way to provide external motivation as well. I don't mind if it don't, but I'm saying it would definitely improve player retention if they did. So my suggestion is very simple. Back in PES, we used to get GP for playing games. We used to get like 1,500 for losing, 2,000 for drawing, and 3,000 for winning. Okay, They can bring that back. It doesn't have to be GP. It could be a different currency. It could be coins. And then each week, what they should do is, each week they have a new restriction. It's an optional restriction though, and it's like, or we'll say challenge then. Use 23 Premier League players in your team and receive a 2x multiplier on your match rewards. And what that does is it encourages people to use different players, because at the moment, if you go into divisions, there's no incentive really to use a variety in your teams, because surely if your main team should be your best team, you're just kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage. Obviously, if you want to have fun and use players you like, it's there, but this is another way of encouraging that, and it would kind of push people out of their comfort zone. The kind of choice architecture is like, it doesn't incentivize owning more than 23 players really, especially with the way that loans, you get loans now for doing events. Back in months ago, you didn't get the loans, you had to own the players. So if you didn't have enough Mexican League players, you couldn't play the Mexican League event, and then you would obviously have to have good Mexican League players to do well in that event. But they added the loan, so they completely removed the need to have a variety of players. So at the moment, you really don't need more than 23 players. This is a way to encourage people to keep hundreds of players, so they can have a team. They can have a Premier League team, a French League team, an Italian League team, Brazil national team, etc., etc. And also, whenever I give suggestions to Konami, I always think, how can they make money out of it? Because I feel like if you don't, you're just wasting your time and you're just daydreaming. That's such a good way for them to make money, because if they release what pack did they release recently? Maldini, Mateus, and Czech. Okay, they're from 3 different leagues. Actually, on Monday or tomorrow, they should be releasing Rui Costa, Nakata, and I can't remember the last guy. Anyway, 3 Italian league midfielders. That week it could be use 23 Italian league players to get the multiplier. So some people might go, I'm kind of interested in Rui Costa, but I'm not that interested. But then they go, okay, but whenever the Italian league booster comes out, I can use Rui Costa, and he'll slot into that team very nicely. And instead of looking at it as just a purchase into Rui Costa, it actually some people will look at it as an investment, because they know, okay, if I invest in Rui Costa, I'll get more wins whenever I partake in this Italian league event. So if you can kind of get people, this is speaking from Konami's point of view, if you can get people to invest in your game rather than spend on your game, they surely will invest more. You'd rather invest your money than spend your money, because investment, you get better returns. So I think it's such an easy thing to implement for Konami. Maybe they don't want to give GP out, but they can come up with a different reward to give out. It doesn't have to be GP. I think it should be though, because GP is kind of useless anyway. But then they'd have to give more uses for GP. I don't know what those uses could be. I think you should be able to open packs with GP. They definitely don't want to do that though, and I think that's the crux of the issue. They don't want free-to-play players to have any chance of getting, well, not any chance. Technically, you can put your 1,000 coins into a 150 player pack and cross your fingers, but it's not going to happen. Like a 2% chance to get a legend you want, or probably a bit higher than that. But anyway, it's a very low chance, and it's kind of like pay-to-win players are playing a different game than free-to-play players. The free-to-play players have 15% of the players available to them, and then the pay-to-win players have 100%. So I think that's why they don't want to let you open packs with GP or with a free-to-play currency. I think that's why they're hesitant to do something like that. But look at FIFA. In FIFA, you can get every single player in the game free-to-play. It's hard, it's difficult, probably not going to happen, but technically the possibility is there, and that's why people log in every week and do their FUT Champs rewards and do their Division Rivals rewards to get those rewards, because they know they can technically get the players. They can get that Team of the Year R9, they can get that Team of the Year Ronaldinho. And people don't even like FIFA. Everyone who plays FIFA says how much they hate the gameplay. They're just addicted to the process. People who play eFootball, I know a lot of people complain about how they don't like the game, but truly people do enjoy this game, even if some people say they don't. Because if you don't enjoy the game and you're still playing it, I don't know why, because in FIFA I can understand you're addicted to packs. There's nothing to be addicted to here. There's nothing like that in the game. So I think it's a very simple fix that or implementation that Konami can do, and it's kind of very telling that they don't, because they just seem to have this game as a cash cow and they don't want to put effort into it.